What is going on, guys? June 14th. It is now time for the Race to NXT pack for June 14th. So, you know what time it is. It's time to do a likeness video and look at your characters, your wrestlers, your new added DLC wrestlers, and see how they look. Just take a look at them, see what they all come with, what they look like. Let's go ahead and get right into it. We're going to start right off the back with Harley Race. I don't know how many people are familiar with Harley Race, but he's an old school wrestler. The old school wrestling fans would be familiar with this guy here. You know, he's got some tattoos. Let's take a look at this guy's face. Let's see, he's got an entrance attire because he was King Harley Race. Let's go ahead and look at the face. A lot of these old wrestlers may not have gotten an actual face scan. I don't, but not a real face scan because they may not be around or something. But, here's him. That definitely looks like him, I'll tell you that. It kind of looks like a face scan. But I'm not sure exactly what all they do, but let's take a look at his build. I would say that's very, a lot of times they'll over muscularize a lot of these legends. Sometimes they do that, but lately it seems like they're not doing that, and that's a good thing. I would say that's more on to par with the way King Harley Race's body looked, or at least it's closer to it than what you might see in some of them older games where they might put a little bit too much muscle on some of these guys. Some of them did legitimately have all the muscle, but not Harley Race, and they didn't put them on him, so that's good. Here's his entrance attire. I feel like that cape was already in the game. Well, there was definitely something similar to that at least. And you got that big old king crown. There's nothing really else to see. That's basically what we, got on here with Harley Race. Let's move on to some of the other ones. Like some of the other DLC packs, I don't recognize the NXT talent because I don't watch NXT or anything like that. But anyway, we're still going to go down the list and take a look at these wrestlers. Anyway, Ivy Now. So we have this Ivy Now wrestler. Looks like a muscle-bound wrestler. She definitely looks very real. I would say that she looks real, Let's take a look at her face. Let's get close, see here. Looks very real. Got some type of... Her hair texture looks a lot better than a lot of the other hair textures. I'm wondering if you can use that hair for creative wrestlers. Maybe not. A lot of times they don't add the hair from the wrestlers to the customization, but they do add the clothes every time you get somebody new. What other type of attire does she have? Oh, she just has this entrance, this chain around her neck. That's a pretty cool prop, I would say. I like it. It makes a good entrance thing to use for some of your custom wrestlers, maybe. But yeah, that's what we got here. We got her. So let's take a look at the next talent, which is going to be somebody by the name of Wendy Cho. See what she looks like on here. Let's go to Wendy Cho. Where is she at? These people are in alphabetical order, so it's easy to find them. So we got Wendy Cho here. I'm guessing these are NXT wrestlers. I think her... Is this the one that comes to the ring with the pajamas and stuff on? Like, kind of... Yeah, I think that's what this is. I don't really like when they do these type of gimmicks. I think it's kind of dumb. But they're getting a lot better with their hair textures. I'm telling you, like, take a look at that. That looks very real. A lot of the wrestlers, some of the... Yeah, that hair texture looks about as good as I've ever seen it look in this game. They're getting very good with this game as far as the textures, especially the hair textures. I haven't seen it look as good as it's looking in this now. Like with the character Ivy Now that I just shown, plus her, it looks very well off. What about her clothes? And then, of course, whenever you get these new wrestlers, you got the new attire that you can add for your custom wrestlers. I don't like to use it exactly as the custom wrestlers do, so as the real wrestlers do. So what I'll do is I'll obviously change the material type, the color. That way, it doesn't look like an exact copycat. Again, that is some of the best hair texture I've seen in this game. I mean, that might be the best I've ever seen it because I remember I had a complaint about the hair texture in the game for last few years, especially, and some of them look really good, some of them don't. It just depends. Okay, so now let's go to Tony D'Angelo. Let's find that individual. See where we're at. We got Tony D'Angelo here. Let's see what he's got going on. Okay, nothing too amazing, just something simple. I feel like those clothes were already in the game. Again, the hair texture is getting a lot better, I will tell you that. What's the tattoo he has? Just the overall details in general are just getting very, very good in this game. I mean, they're doing an excellent job. I know that AEW is coming out. It's not gonna look anything close to this, but I don't know about that game, man. The gameplay, it doesn't look up to par with this. We'll see. I'm sure there's gonna be people that like it more. They're not wrong for that. It's just a matter of preference, but I haven't gotten my hands on the game yet, so I'm not gonna say anything right now as a conclusion. The hair texture is getting very, very strong in this game. And I've said that probably about 20 times already, or however many times I've said it, but it's definitely the truth. Okay, here's his entrance attire. You know, not the biggest DLC I've ever seen, but not really too big of a deal, but it's something. As long as you get something. Now let's take a look for Trick Williams. Okay, we got Trick Williams here. Let's see what he's got going on. Okay, he's got this here. Probably another NXT wrestler. I know that the pack is NXT based, with the exception of Harley Race. He looks very real. The hair texture looks very, very strong. I mean, it's getting very, very good as far as the hair, even the skin textures of the characters. The clothing textures are getting really good. Depending on what material you have on clothes, some of it is not on par with others, but it's getting very, very solid. And this game is looking very solid. I seen somewhere where somebody said like the graphics aren't that good. I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't know what you're looking for. I don't know what type of television you have, but you are absolutely incorrect. The graphics are very strong in this game. Okay, so even the PS4 version looks very close to this one. I mean, the PS5 version. Now let's take a quick look at some moves. That's what I'm getting ready to look at now. I know there's people that dropped a lot of videos on moves, but I just want to see what their signature and finishers are. We're going to start with Harley Race. Even though I'm familiar with this wrestler, I don't remember. I remember he had some simple moves, like maybe a sleeper or something like that. Okay, he's got the diving headbutt as a signature. Okay. Obviously, the old school wrestlers didn't have, the most immersive finishers. I mean, their finishers were quite kind of simple. That's what he had. Let's take a look at Ivy now. What does she have? We're not gonna look at everything. Superman forearm, and then the torture rack. I believe this was already in the game. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was. I'm almost certain because it's called Torture Rack 1. Now let's go ahead and move down to Wendy Cho. And I'm basically looking at this stuff because I'm not familiar with these wrestlers. So, like I said, I don't watch the NXT products. So, I'm obviously not going to be familiar. So we got that as the signature. What about finisher? Something called the Wendy Bomb. Okay. That's kind of a simple move. Nothing too advanced, right? Okay. Tony D'Angelo. Let's take a look at him. See what he's got. And then we'll go ahead and go into Trick Williams. Okay, here's the signature. Okay, he's got a two-part move. Okay, let's go to finisher now. Okay, and that's it. Yeah, keeping it simple pretty much. Let's go ahead and go to Trick Williams now. See what he's got going on here. He better have something really cool. Discus boot. That's a cool move. I like it. Looks like he's doing okay. That's a good move right there. That kick is all right. Something called the slam dunk. Okay, that's pretty cool. I like it. Is that the same thing? It's similar. I do like it. I don't like when moves where it's very obvious that they're cooperating, like the way he's bending down. It just looks a little bit too obvious, but I do like the move nevertheless. Anyway, guys, that's what we got for this video. That's the Race to DLC, Race to NXT pack for June 14th likeness video.